Can everybody hear me? Everybody hear me okay? We'll get started here in a second. Can everybody hear me? Whew. A lot of traffic, dude. Lots of traffic. Making sure everybody can hear me before we get started here. Wait for other people to come in and then we'll get started. I hope everybody having a great day. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy throughout this day. But like I said, I hope everybody's doing good. We're going to get started here in a second, and then we'll talk about some things, discuss all the stuff that's going on. I'm gonna just say this: I don't know everything that's going on, but we'll all talk about it, and we'll discuss everything. Everything that's been going on today. I'll be on camera in a second. I'm not going to leave it just like this, but I'll be on the camera in just a second. Just give me wait for everybody to come in, and then we'll get started here. We ain't gonna be long. I know AEW come on tonight, so we're not gonna be long, and I know everybody want to get ready for that. So we'll be here for a little bit. We'll probably have some people come in as well. But you know, so I'm gonna wait for more people to come in. Then we'll get started here. All right, we can do it now. Let's go. Let me get this off the screen. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, everybody. This is a prop two. It's probably prop two. I mean, I had it. I had a schedule. For I had a schedule for 3:00, but obviously there was traffic. This is how crazy the day. This is how crazy the day is going. This day is going crazy because on my way home, I remember going to my parents' house. I went to my parents' house. This is when all the news broke. It's when I almost on my way to my parents' house, and while I'm on my way to my parents' house, we get issues with we get issues. There was a shooting on the way of my route on the way there, so it's like that was insane. So and I forgot on the way back to not go that way, so there's still policemen and stuff like that. So it's like, wow, that's crazy. So that's why I'm a little later than normal. I had to take a detour. I was going to get here. At 6, but of course, lots of traffic. Lots of traffic. Okay. So while we're here, this is while we're here. Basically, what happened was, and I'll read the from Sean Ross said. Give me what I'm saying because I rely on him a lot more than anybody else. Honestly, get real with you. Fightful Select has learned that Mandy Rose has been released by WWE. WWE officials felt they were put in a tough position based on the content she was posting on her fan time page. They felt like it was outside of the premieres of her WWE deal. Obviously, I haven't seen the content. I don't want to. I'm not that type of person, honestly. But I know it was leaked, and it was very untasteful, I guess you could say, if that makes any kind of sense. First, let's do this first. Let's do this first because this is a prop two. So I got no script or nothing like that. I don't know who's gonna be popping in here in a minute. But let's just get this. Let's start. Let's go back. First of all, please let everybody know. Let the people know. Do not blame Roxanne Perez for this. It is not her fault. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. Let's just put it like that. Basically, she probably found out last night or anything like that. She probably even know. Like she already knows. She thought, you know. The other thing is, I do want to give a big shout out to Mandy Rose because she had a one hell of a year. The year was insane. uh third reigning NXT champion of all time. That's that's insane. That's very much insane. So big shout outs. Wait, are you in the dark?
Yeah. Well, so I'm with family at the moment, so I'm only gonna be here for a couple seconds. But
Oh, couple seconds, really. You're like, boop, boop. Oh God. Oh, no. I shouldn't be doing that.
eh,
Let me stop. So yeah, let's big shout outs to Mandy Rose of what she accomplished in WWE because it was a one hell of a career. And yes, I got a jacket on. I literally just got home.
yeah.
Literally just got home. Um, I was going to do this. I was going to do the stream a little later. Then I forgot AEW come on at night, so it's like, like ooh. But yeah, like I said, this is basically to get everybody thoughts out there. Um, the other thing I want to say, please don't be disrespectful in the chat. We're not that type of community, and I don't want us to start being disrespectful in the community. We're not going to do that. We're damn near a party channel, so I honestly don't want everybody to be bashing on each other. Like I know a lot of us are fans of Mandy Rose, like me. A lot of us are fans of Roxanne Perez. Lots of fans of Riddle because I know people are bashing Riddle because of everything too, which is insane, insane. If you guys just join us, I'm gonna read the art. I'm gonna read this one more time. This came from Shira Sapp. I trust him more than anybody because, quite frankly, he has a little more detail. I don't want to go. I'll keep it real. I don't want to go towards to like Dave Meltzer or anything like that because I just don't do it. he bashes everybody, so we're not going to go to that. Go that route. Let's see what we got here. If I was like have this was about it was 9 o'clock my time, so that was probably what 12 Eastern time around. Five Rules Select has learned that the Mandy Rose has been released by WWE. WWE officials felt that they were put in a tough position based on the content she was posting on her fan time page. They felt like it was outside of the premieres of her WWE deal. I have not seen. Like I said, I have not seen the content. Like I said, I'm not that type of person. That's you know now, it was. I'll keep it real with you. I have seen stuff like that, but I honestly think that's privacy of the person. But I want like, hey, you should check it out and see how you feel about it. No, we're not doing that. Okay. So, like I said, do not be respectful. Don't be disrespectful in the chat. We don't need that. We're a party channel. We're not going to party this time, but we want to talk about because, quite frankly, we're NXT fans. So I want to get this out because this is a NXT family member that just got released. That
Yeah.
makes sense. This is a NXT family member, and she's technically family because we see her every single week. Literally, she's his third reigning NXT champion, women NXT champion of all time. So I know I keep saying that, but that's insane of all the details. And you know what's funny, Coaster? It was like when you was telling me that yesterday, I had a bad feeling after you said it. And I was like, but I wasn't expecting the repercussion that we was going to get.
Oh no, like I was. This is what I was worried about, man. I was worried it was gonna be something like that, not to this extent, but
like a suspension or something like that.
I
Yeah,
just like I had a feeling that that's why she dropped the title, but I would have never guessed the release was coming the next day.
right. And here's the thing with that. We basically what I heard originally the plans were her for to defend the title against Roxy Perez at New Year's Evil.
Yeah,
She was going to drop the title then and then go up to the main roster. That's how obviously changed. It's insane. A lot of people say Mandy Rose to AEW. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. One, she can't go straight right there because actually, when people get released from WWE, it's a 90-day grace period. So that's the other thing. It sucks. I'm keep it real with you. It sucks, and you gotta put thoughts and prayers go out to Mandy because nobody want to. You don't want to see nobody lose their job or anything like that. And
Yeah,
it sucks. That's why. What was that?
that I know how that feels right now.
Right. It's like it sucks ass, but what can you say? I'm gonna give you guys thoughts. I want to see if Coaster have anything because I know he's out and about right now. I'm gonna let him get his thoughts, and then we'll continue
Well,
on.
I'll be real with you. I have seen some of that stuff on that page, but it's not as bad as what people are making it out to be, for
Mhm.
sure. A lot of it is just modeling, stuff like that. But it's also not like it was like free content by any means. Like if you want a lot of like the stuff that people are freaking out about, I mean that a lot of that stuff I have not seen and I don't plan to because it's like $150 to $200 each.
Yeah, we can
And
do
I'm
it
like,
anyway. Yeah,
one has the time for that. But
right.
so it's not by any means free. So like that's why the whole leaking thing, like it blows my mind. But she honestly is probably gonna end up making a lot more money doing that. And I can tell you since I'm on a lot of it too is that's the way you can communicate with some stars.
Mhm.
Like I'll keep it real too. When Tony Storm had her OnlyFans page,
Yep.
I signed up for that. It wasn't to look up for, what she was doing though. It's because I was trying to get her on my show to do an interview,
Mhm.
and she said, "Hey, cool, we can set one up in the future." Next day, she debuted on AEW, so that went out the window. But they do communicate with you. It's not all this dirty website. Like they do communicate with fans. That's basically what it's mainly for. It's communication and stuff. But um, there was like she's still on that site and she been active now more than she has been in a little bit, saying that she's back and she's not planning on going anywhere on there. But um, each subscription I think is like $25 or something. You get even like 10 people, and I'm sure there's more than that. And
Mhm.
yeah, she that. Especially if she does live streams again too. Like I know there's a live stream she did about 2.5 weeks ago. She made like $400-500 in like 5 minutes. So
Right. That's the other
I'm
thing
not
too.
saying
That's the other thing too.
if
She's not she don't have a big contract like all the other wrestlers. She's still running on her smaller contract for like basically because she's still in NXT. I know she was in WWE and went back, but she didn't have a big contract like that. So she has to do something. That's the main reason why Triple H stopped the whole they are allowed to do other stuff out of the WWE realm as long as it's tasteful, which is crazy. Um so yeah, I don't see any problems at what I'm hearing or what she did. Uh it's this kind of stuff happens. The crazy part was this is
I
not
don't blame her at all. She's out there making money the way she knows how to, and she seems like she's having a good time with it at least. But
yeah.
she knows
And
how to do.
this the crazy part is I don't feel like this was just Triple H doing this because
That's what you were saying last night.
yeah, because Triple H is known for like, okay, what's going on? Let me know what's going on. And he'll listen. And he's that type of person. He's always been like that. And for it, this would be really, really different. This is like Vince McMahon type of you know what I mean? And I'm hearing rumors that I keep hearing that Vince McMahon still got power on firing and releasing people. He has no power whatsoever right now. He's not the chairman of the board right now. All he has power
And that's
is the money.
the whole story though. Like we can go off of what anybody's saying that they have their sources and yeah that they claim to know or like until there's an official announcement by either her or WWE. Like it's all kind of speculation. We don't know exactly. There could be something else that
I just you was breaking down. What were you say again? One more time.
I was saying that there could be so much more to it that we don't even have any clue about. Like we're just going off of what the speculations or what people have been hearing, but there could be literally anything until we hear from WWE or herself.
And
I mean,
that's the other part too. Normally, when people get released, they'll be on the WE page or the PR saying this person, we came to terms WE, and this person came to terms on the end of their contract, right? Haven't heard nothing from WWE at all. So that's the other part too. I'm like sitting here like, so are we just speculating here, or do we know this is a fact? Like you haven't heard from Triple H, you even haven't heard from Mandy, you haven't heard from WWE itself. So I'm like sitting here like, are we not going to hear from WWE? Like, hey, we just released this person. We haven't heard that unless I looked at something
no,
today.
out there.
I haven't heard nothing about WWE releasing anybody. Actually, honestly, I haven't even heard that Matt Riddle got suspended. That's the other thing too. So I don't know if they're trying to keep that indoor and this just leaked or what happened. I don't know. I don't.
My mind is, are they saying? I hate to even bring this up or even say this, but would they make this a story and be like that she's not really gone? I hope to God that they're not doing that.
I think that's out of Triple H range. If that makes sense.
It brings me back to the whole like Bray thing. We technically never found out why he was gone in the first place, and
Right.
there's still people out there saying that he wasn't technically gone, and it could have been a storyline firing. Like we just don't know. We know nothing.
Right. Um. Yeah. So it's a very interesting stuff. We're still early in this. I just wanted to get everybody's thoughts out there first because, like I said, this is an NXT family member. So, when somebody asked me, "What you gonna do?" I think I have to go live because this is a NXT where we are an NXT channel, so we have to talk about it. The other thing I want to say is once again, do not blame Roxanne Perez for this. This is none of her fault. This is not her fault at all.
She just happened to be a victim in the whole.
Right, right. I mean, you can look at it this way. Regardless, she was going to be the champion anyway. Like it just happened earlier than expected. The other people I'm a little nervous about, not them getting released or anything like that, but them part of their career is not going to be as good as it was going to be with Mandy. It's the rest of the Toxic Attraction, because now what do? Do you just make them a solid tag team as Toxic Attraction and just let them keep on going, or do you add somebody to that group? Because now it's like we went from, and I know we shouldn't be talking about this, but you have to speculate what is going to happen because this is other two wrestlers that's like, what do we do now? You know?
And I think they're filming NXT tonight, I believe, right? From what I
Yeah,
heard.
they're filming NXT tonight for this week, and I'm not sure is it for the Christmas week because I think Christmas week. I think they are doing Christmas week actually.
I'm big time curious on how that's gonna be. There's gonna be Mandy chance.
Right. So yeah, so it's gonna be kind of weird. I honestly, the way things are going, I can see this sewing over like this pull of like smoothing over later on in the future, and then she'll be back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. Like this is something that like they're like we have to release it because we have to take care of this to see what's actually going on. So I can see that. Honestly, if you was going to do that, you could just suspend her and just be like, "Hey, we're going to suspend you indefinitely until we figure out what's going on." Honestly, but okay. I think we got all the stuff that the stuff that was the hard part right there. That was like, there's the other hard part. It's getting how everybody feel about this in the chat, which you guys are all over the place because there's a lot of people here right now. Well, there was a lot of people here, and I guess they tired of me talking. So
it's just mind blowing to me that like we were just talking about this last night, and everybody's like, from where we were last night to where we are now. It's like
insane.
like, I mean, some of us didn't want to believe me, but some of us weren't. I didn't want to believe myself.
Right, right.
And
And
then up to that, I'm like, what?
you know when it hit me. You know what part when it hit me about the whole thing, the whole night, how the whole night went. You know how normally when we have Mandy Rose getting ready to get the rest of somebody, you see
Mm.
Toxic Attraction. You didn't see none of that. You didn't see them like doing a backstage or anything like that. You normally Toxic Attraction should be out there. That's the other part too. That's the insane part. So it's kind of like, okay, what's happening here? Because this normally we have Toxic Attraction with Mandy when she's defending the title. You know what I mean? So it's
Did
like
her leaving the video out there of her, like, they were cheering, they're saying thank you, Mandy, and
right.
walking back and did the whole thank
Yeah.
you to the crowd and walked back.
Yeah, and that was insane too. Obviously, normally when you lose the title in NXT at this point of your career, you're more likely to go up to the main roster. That's basically why they knew. But at the same time, I don't think they knew that she was getting released.
Well, I wasn't expecting anything too, because like they also were showing videos of as soon as that match was ending, since they crowned a new champion, when she walked in the back, like getting applause and hugged by Sean and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, oh, okay, maybe they, maybe I was just over exaggerating and this wasn't maybe I was completely off on that.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah. So it's crazy because I feel like this was more of a collective agreement and not just one person doing the releasing. And look, for having a CEO that you have as of like Stephanie Mann and how she feel about the women roster, you kind of like sitting there like, okay, something else must have happened because for Dale to release her for this, and I saw I scanned through the chat. There's some other stuff that people was talking about that happened. So we'll go through it. But it's super weird that you know it's crazy, right?
well, with that, I'll have to catch you guys in a bit.
Okay.
I'll make sure to watch that part because I am curious on if there actually is anything else besides that. So,
Yeah. So I'm gonna read all you guys' comments. That's cool with you guys. I'm gonna read all you guys' comments.
uh,
Don't worry about it. I got you
I'll see
guys.
you guys later.
All right. Good night, man.
Peace.
Let's see. Somebody said Triple H or HBK fired Mandy Rose. I think Triple H and Shawn Michaels not have power to fire someone. Actually, I think Triple H does because he is head of talent and relations, so he does have able to be fired. People. Vince McMahon has the power. I don't think that really, but hey, I could be wrong. Let's see. WWE asked Mandy to either stop posting the content content she was, or wanted some of the money she was making, and she apparently refused. That's why she got released. Um, let's see what else. Jace Grant says, "So I don't feel bad for her. She is an adult, and she knew what she was getting in trouble to when WWE found out." Um, do you think Mandy Rose released? Yeah, yes, yeah. I mean, as right now, all the reports say she got released. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. The mutual who leaked them purpose, knowing that she will get in trouble. Yeah, you can't. That's the other thing. She kind of had to be cautious about that too. That's the only thing. I mean, I don't blame her for that, but you got to think about other people. Like they're just doing. They're like, oh yeah, let's post this, and like, hey, she probably gonna get in trouble for this, but we're gonna post it anyway. So if you're along the lines of sexual inappropriate when you work for a public trader company, there are guidelines you need to uphold. Yeah, that's the other thing too, because we talked about this a lot. The old days of WWE is not the days of WWE now. It's actually you got a lot of shareholders now, which it's crazy because the old WWE, they'll probably be happy that you did all that. You know what I mean? This is the same company that had people posting for Playboy and Playgirl. So it's like, wow. But like I said, you got shareholders now, and it's like, oh man, like we can't have this going on with all these shareholders, because a lot of shareholders ain't gonna like that, and they're gonna pull out of the company, put their shares out of the company, which is insane, by the way. James Grant, do you think Mandy Rose will get rehired by WWE again? Actually, we just talked about that. It's like it's possible that they'll smooth it over later, and all that good stuff. So we'll see. It's not even Mandy's fault for some scumbag to be leaked in. Right. It's not her fault. It's just I just wish she would have been careful for with that. Like you can't really blame her, but at the same time you gotta be like, hey, you gotta be careful like with that stuff, because people are out to get people. You know what I mean? And see what happens when that happens is whew. Let's see. Well, the thing is, her stuff on the website is public, so she knew at some point someone will get to. Well, the thing with that is, I don't think the public stuff was all that not that bad. Honestly, it's just the stuff that she sold. Apparently, she sold to somebody or whatever, and that is even harder to if you don't sell it, because you could find a way to actually record, which that's insane too. If you're doing that, that's shame on you if you're doing that to people. That is wrong. Um, and I would not blame if she found a way to sue the person. I don't blame her for her doing that for damages, and because she lost her job because of it. Let's see here. Happy holidays. I'm also seeing people saying the whole thing. Stands Roxanne Reign as yeah. I mean, regardless, she was going to be the champion anyway. That was the plan, if I'm not mistaken. Originally, that was the plans, was for her to drop the title at New Year's Evil, but they had to do it sooner. That's where yesterday came about. So, Roxanne had nothing to do with this at all. She has nothing at all to do with that. You cannot blame her for all this or anything like that. Let's see. Bobby Lashley news. What are you talking about? We Bobby Lashley has nothing to do with this. Bobby Lashley, that was a storyline, so that had nothing to do with this. So we're gonna skip all of that. Let's leave her, like Roxanne Perez, alone. Yeah, I agree. I think Nick Khan made the move to release her. If anyone thinks Vince is doing anything, then they're right. He has no say so whatsoever. No say so whatsoever. WWE is so plug with traded company. That weighs a lot on some choices. If it would makes the WWE look bad, they may be acting before it gets bad. Yeah, that is very possible. Very possible. I think eventually Triple H and Mandy will have talk. Yeah, I think they're going to talk about it, because I don't. Shit happens, dude. Like, I don't know what to say about that. It's just like, I don't know. Apparently WWE will no longer announce releases since the Bray one didn't go as well. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, though. That makes a lot of sense, because normally we get the release of like announce the releases, and we, they are a solid tag team. Keep them teamed up. Yeah. They would probably put Sonya with them. Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't do that, because Sonya is not doing anything, and that's her close friend. So, which is the only thing that's weird about it. Like, can you consider Sonya Deville as a toxic attraction person? Because they're more of the, that makes sense. They're more of the racy stuff, They were probably put Sonya. Oh yeah, I just read that. Gigi and Jay-Z will be fine. Sonya will be perfect to take over as the leaders. Yeah, so probably expect something to happen next week about that, because otherwise they can honestly just put Toxic Attraction just those two and just be fine. Um, I said for day one, Roxanne debuted in NXT. She's going to be in. That was a good call. That was a good call. I think we all did actually. Good call, because she had the skills. Well, technically, the crazy part was it was going to be next year, but I get what you're saying. How crazy is it that she's I know we shouldn't be talking about her. This should be a separate video. But how crazy is Roxanne Perez was our OJ's champion and NXT champion in the same year? Craziness. Craziness. Um I wonder if she had a feeling something else going to happen. I don't know. Uh didn't see JC Jane come out for Mandy. No, they did not. No. Like normally since they've been together, you always see Toxic Attraction together, especially when a title is on the line. It's always been that way. And for them to do it that way, it was like something ain't right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Whew. Trying that last night. Yeah. WWE 90s. The look of Booker T's face was priceless when Roxanne won. Yeah, it really was. Okay. Yeah, man. Like I said, this is sad news. I'll be real with you. Um, very, very sad news to see. And shout out to all you guys that's here that I actually want to talk about this. Yeah, I know. Like I said, we watch NXT every single Tuesday, and I feel like it was my duty as the host of that party to actually come and let you guys get your thoughts on real time. I know you guys put your thoughts on there on Twitter, but Twitter is a mess right now. Like Twitter is going, we got people going each other heads right now because of this thing, which is kind of crazy. This has been a very interesting week for WWE. It's like crazy. The crazy part was this actually originally was the plan for next month and not this month. So they gotta figure something out within the next for the next probably 2 weeks. And more than likely you probably have Roxanne Perez go against Corey Jade for the title. But kind of want that kind of match to be on the Vengeance Day card and like push to that. But like I said, Twitter is a mess right now, man. It's it's insane. To you know, to the people are just going at each other. A lot of Roxanne Perez fans is like leave her alone. Like I agree with that. A lot of Mandy Rose fans is like going after Triple H now. It's like, dude, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna keep this real with you. The way Triple H is, he would not release somebody just to release somebody. She is not that person at all. Especially, honestly, this is also Shawn Michaels because he actually got control over NXT. So you really think you want to release Mandy Rose? There's no way they want to be release Mandy Rose. So for them to actually be like, you know what I mean? It's it's sad. It's crazy sad. So I don't know what's going to come out of that. So basically the rules is if she's under the NXT contract rules, is 30 days and she's allowed to do where she went after the 30 days, or I think it was 45. 30 days to 45 days. If she was on the main roster contract, quote unquote, then it's 90 days. So it's crazy because that at the same time, this is normally the time that they actually start cutting people normally, but they didn't do it this time. This is the month they normally cut people. It's like right before Christmas. How about that? Releasing people before Christmas. That's the other part too. Like, damn, really? Um, yeah, man. Twitter is messed up right now because of the whole thing. Yeah, it's a mess. Roxanne and Cora has built a history, so it's kind of writes itself. Yeah, you can honestly wait on that. You can honestly wait until Vengeance Day for that match. But you got to figure something else before that. I'm going with Roxanne versus Tiffany strategy. Oh, that's a good one. Maybe for New Year's Evil, they will get Roxanne versus Cora and Vengeance Day and Stanford Liberty. Oh, you know, I feel like you're going to have to do some kind of special matches for those though. Like you might have to do a steel cage for that, one of those matches or something like that. They already did the I forgot what kind of match it was. If I'm not mistaken, it was a I think it was just no disqualification of Street Fighter, if I must say. Uh so yeah. Yeah, man. It's been a very crazy time in WWE. Like I said, I don't know exactly what's going on with Matt Riddle also. So I don't know. And I'm also I don't know. I don't we already know the Bobby Lashley's day is storyline based. It's storyline based. Matt Riddle, apparently, basically the rules is for WWE, the hosts they're allowed, they're not testing you to smoke, for weed smoking or whatever, not whatever. But other things they are testing for, so like cocaine, heroin, all that good stuff, and of course, steroids. But weed is not part of the testing process now. So that's the other thing too. So yeah, man, it's craziness going on in the WWE world, man, and it sucks. It really sucks. It's like you gotta put you kind of gotta put perspective of like being in that chair of like what are we gonna do? Me personally being in the chair of human resources or whatnot or that good stuff, I honestly will probably would have been like, hey, we're just going to suspend you indefinitely until we figure out what's going on. You're not going to be released or anything like that, but we need to figure this out. So we're going to suspend you, see what's going on, and investigate and all that good stuff. But this I'm gonna tell you right now, I was not expecting this when I got in my car on my way to my parents' house. I was not expecting this at all, man. Um, yeah, feel free to let me know your complete thoughts. We are family here. If you have something to say here, feel free to say whatever is on your mind about this matter because it's it's like I said, like I said in the beginning, Mandy Rose has been with WWE since I believe 2014, 15. And she has been the NXT champion since Halloween Havoc last year. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. She's been on TV, well, not every single week, but she's been on TV and she's been that champion. She's been the face of NXT for the last uh year or two by now, since they went to 2.0 and now to now. So it's like, oh crap. You know what I mean? Like for her to get this is not like a normal person to get released right now. Probably if this was like somebody that never not really on TV, we probably wouldn't be talking about this too much. I mean, we still will, but we're like being like, okay. Uh the other thing is I hope she'll be able to get another job somewhere, man. If she don't come back to WWE, I hope she will. It's it's this is a hard time. This is a hard time in general, just for trying to find jobs, and it's just add that. This it's different now than we had when we had the pandemic going on, the first part of the pandemic, where it was hard because there was only certain companies that was actually still going on. Like you couldn't go independent or anything like that. So Mandy Rose can do whatever she wants. She's like a lot of these other like Sasha and all the people. She could do whatever and be, attempt to whatever. You know what I mean? Being fired is they being fired. If they want to rehire her, she can negotiate for more money. She can. She can. And she probably will put in that part in that her contract in that I can't get fired for this certain reason. And that's that's part. I have a feeling there's something in that contract that she had on there, and it was something it just violated the contract. That's the only thing I can think of right now that actually were like, why would they act like this? Uh, the other thing was, so I think it was Jason said that they knew about this and they told her to stop, and she said no. That's gonna be another reason. Like, I don't know. I think she make a new type of deal and she be back at the Rubble. She is too important to get let go. Well, the same thing you can say with like Sasha Banks and stuff like that. It's like she is important to the she is important to the company, but they will. This is why you have a you know. And what's crazy about the whole thing is this is going on while she's in NXT. You can imagine what would have been going on if this was like on the main roster right now. Out my ear. For what I'm hearing, it was the WWE deal with Mattel Toy Company that was breach her contract. Interesting on that. I would have to take a look at that and see what's going on with that. Toy Company, right? Well, I guess I can see that because say this coming out and she's like that type of. That's. I am so sick of sponsorships and stuff like that. I don't even think. I really don't think wrestling companies should have no business doing. This is my. This is how I feel. I didn't like when WWE went public. Is that making kind of sense to everybody? I didn't like when WWE went public. So if I was Tony Khan, I would keep your company private, honestly, because then you got to deal with other people for with the company now, instead of just like being in house and doing what you want to do with the contract stuff. So that's the oh man. That's the other thing that drives me crazy is the whole public thing. Because sponsors now you got lots of sponsorships because of that. Yeah, man, it's um let's see. It's opened up so many crazy doors. Yeah. Lots of doors. Um yeah, man. Yeah, I don't have nothing else. We can still stay on until close to AEW, but it's crazy, man. Like, think about this. When we was watching last night, you kind of feel something was off at the same time too. I know you guys saw it. You kind of like feel um something was off. Like starting at the beginning. Granted, she normally jumps to whoever the next contender is. That's normal. And then the whole normally when Mandy Rose come out to jump somebody, you always have toxic attraction with that, right? So that was insane. That was kind of weird. And then throughout the whole night, you had toxic attraction nowhere near Mandy Rose whatsoever. That was even more crazier. So it was like it kind of threw it off, and not seeing Toxic Attraction just come out there and interfere in the match a little bit too. That was kind of throwing it off too. So like that was in the back of my head the whole night. It's like what they're doing. Like they're not doing. They're basically doing just a regular. In my what I'm seeing, they was doing just a regular match 1-on-1. That was it, which was kind of weird because it's not part of the storyline. Does that make sense? Um, I mean, you didn't even see Cora Jane going out there interfering or anything like that. It was just like there's no storyline in this match right now. It's just a 1-on-1. Sometimes you actually like that, but sometimes you're like, okay, we know what's been going on for the last since you've been champion, and that just threw everything off, man, everything. So, yeah, and then when I saw the clip, first I saw the clip of Roxy Perez, getting her standing ovation in the back, and then I saw the standing ovation for Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose, the way she looked, it looked like she lost her best friend or something like that. That's the way she looked. And I was like, I didn't put two and two together. I was like, why does she look like that? She acts like she's not gonna be champion no more. That's the way she looked. She was never gonna be champion. Like she wasn't gonna be going up to the main roster and be a champion up there or something like that. So that kind of there was no really it was the character last night was like it was her Mandy Rose character was thrown off what it's been for the last week, if that makes sense. I mean for the last how many months have been since you've been champion? Or just in general. When Toxic Attraction was forced, when it was put in assistance, it was she came back during the summer NXT. That was 2021 in the summer, right before they went 2.0. And then they was gonna apparently they was gonna build around her and Toxic Attraction. They did that because now she's the face. This is crazy because this is the face. This is the face of NXT. This is one of the faces of NXT that was the face of NXT right now. So it's like, oh my god, hold on one second. Yeah. So it's like, what is this? But but with characters they have always had help, and they suddenly came out different. Yeah, it's like you see, we all looking like something's going to happen during this. Like we're expecting the way they were expecting. Normally, when that happens, when you do like years, I mean, this has been years of the making. Like this always happened. When you get somebody that's like accepted, and she accepted that match really, really fast. By the way, like off character, she was off character. Like, let's go, we're gonna fight tonight. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, kind of weird because we know how Mandy Rose character is, and she knows like, no, we can wait. We don't have time. I don't have time for you right now. That makes sense. It's kind of like, what the heck? It was like what you got was Mandy Rose as Mandy Rose character. That makes sense. It's like you had her. You basically had her real life personality mixed in with her you know, and we know how Mandy Rose is on the outside of WWE. She's like one of that caring persons, and you know what I'm saying. So it was like this. She's a little bit generous than the normal, right? It's kind of weird to actually, you know, have her, come out there and like, oh yeah, you want a title shot? You want a title shot? Let's go. Let's go for the title. And it was just weird. It's just she was off. She was off as a character. I mean, don't get me wrong, the match was great and everything like that, but her as a character wise, you knew something was wrong last night. And I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to be like that person be like, oh, maybe maybe like the rest of us, we probably was overthinking it. I'm like, oh, I'm overthinking it. It's like my fault. Like, I but yeah, man, it was like one of those things where it's like, wow. It's like I can't. It's it kind of hit home because it kind of remind me. Normally, when you get surprised, it kind of remind me of break and release in a way, like just out of the blue, just that random day, nothing is happening, and you get released, and it's a big release. This is not a small release, by the way. This is not a small release at all. This is one. This is one of those these people was like one of these releases where it's like, oh crap, that's huge. I don't know. This also, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who was the participant of the making that did the release. Like I don't know who it was. It could be anybody. It could be Nick Khan, Stephanie Man, and Triple H. And the crazy part is, I know definitely it probably got to the board directors, and that's how the release happened. It wasn't by one person like, oh, you're going now. No, they probably had a meeting as the board directors, and they announced it then that they're going to release her. That's what probably happened at the most. That's normally what happens when you got a board director like that. Is like, I call for a release of blah blah blah, and this is and that's how it normally happens. And then it gets to the CEO. The CEO is like, okay, we'll we'll basically basically make a vote of what happened. So this is guaranteed. What happened is that's part of what happened. The whole bleaching her contract at the same time. So I see the cases where it's like, okay, she bleached her contract, but they can also talk about it like, do we really want to release her? And then it go to a vote, like I said, the board of directors, and boom. So yeah, that's basically it. Basically, basically how a board of directors. The only reason I know that is I know I'm from a company that's public like that, so it's not a private company. So I that's why I know that. So it's the heck is somebody. What are we doing right now? Somebody vacuuming or something? Crazy. Um, yeah, Ismatel got word of this and it hit the directors ASAP. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So Mattel party called one of the directors like, hey, this is what's going on. We see this, blah 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 blah, and boom. Um, they got to the desk, and then they did the meeting, and then basically they took a vote, and they so that's the re-release. Now, like we said before, there not there is some shots. There are some shots because let's be real, Selena Vega's still back. Selena Vega's back. So that was around that range too, in a way. So don't be shocked if you see Mandy Rose and probably back in the day. I mean, later on in the future of her being back. Um, there, there's worse things that happens to that people does for people to get released, for her to get released, something like this. So if it was just a contract issue, then yeah, okay, I get it. I get it. It happens. But that's all I got. ADL, feel free if you guys have anything else to say. Feel free to say something. Otherwise, we're gonna get ready to hit out. I I thought I do apologize because I was going to have this at 6 p.m. Eastern time, but traffic and stuff like that, and it was just a messy day, real messy day. Um, but yeah. So I'm gonna read this one more time. If you guys just joined us, this is what happened. This is from Sean Rossap. Once again, this is what it is. Fightful Select has learned that Mandy Rose has been released by WWE. WWE officials felt they were put in a tough position based on the content she was posting on her our fan time page. They felt like it was outside of the parameters of her WWE contract. And just a little story on Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose has been in WWE. Let me look this up. Because it's you kind of want to celebrate somebody's life like this because they did so much for the company, and it's not like they actually hurt somebody in a way. That makes sense. Um, hold on. Yeah, Mandy Rose. She been around, dude. Like professional career. Tough enough at NXT 2015 to 2017. Fire Desire, her and Sonya Deville. Sonya like a different person by here, by the way. Fire Desire, who remember that? Fire Desire, 2017 to 2001. Then she had the Toxic Attraction, which is like 2021 to 2022. She returned, here it is, in July of 2021. Rose returned to NXT, the NXT brand, and the following month she formed an alliance with Gigi Dolly and JC Jane. Uh, she also abandoned her blonde. She got rid of her blondness, and that's the crazy part, dude. Like she did so much for insane. Um, let's see. Yeah, and it literally, look at this. It says NXT Rose lost the women's championship to Roxanne Perez in a rematch. I don't know. I don't remember the. She had the that was a long time ago to have a rematch. Uh, her reign at 400. Her reign is 413 days. It ended like that. 413 days. The next day, Rose was released from WWE due to her fan time contract. That's crazy, dude. Just wow. And if she continues, if she decides she don't want to wrestle, she could do so much stuff. She's that talented. She's very talented. She used to be a bodybuilder, so she's a talented woman. So don't be sad that she got released, but at the same time, uh, hope things go work out for her, and hopefully she'll be back. I'd be down to have her back. I mean, I had no ill will towards her or anything like that. So I'm just saying. Okay. If you guys don't have nothing else to say, nothing else, we'll go another 5 more minutes and then we'll hit out. If you guys have any other questions, I mean, well, not questions, but anything else to say, uh, it's this is Mandy Rose was that person that was on top of my list of being somebody big when she went back to the main roster along with Toxic Attraction. I thought it was gonna like to be those that big, you know, and that big faction that go out to the main roster. Because you don't see a lot of factions that go to the main roster do good. Besides, they'll go Fantasma, who's doing very well now. Hit Row had a little speed bump, but they're actually there now. So you don't. I was expecting big things for them, which still can. Talk the Toxic Attraction name minus Mandy Rose, but you kind of want to see her with that group because she actually, all three of them collectively made that group successful than it was that what it was. So, all right, well. Once again, guys, the news reports early today by a lot of reports. Tassie, his speeches, you're funny. I could see her going back to the main and holding her own. Yeah, she can. She really, really can. She's that talented. If once again, if you just joined us, WWE has released Mandy Rose from her WWE contract because of her fan only. I forgot the name of it. Don't judge me right now. Hold on one second. Her her fan time content that she had, which was technically not her fault, but all that mumble jumble, how that is. But yeah. So guys, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Today, we will be back Friday for with the after party. The after party for SmackDown, aka the Bray Wyatt after party. But like I said, guys, like James Chadwick just said, we love you, Mandy. Thank you for everything. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, it sucks. I hope this ain't the end. I hope it's just one of those big reactions that that happen. But hopefully we'll see what happens in the next coming days and weeks. Once again, guys, thank you guys for joining me for this little short. It's like a little short little thing. Appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys. If you guys are with us tomorrow for Impact Wrestling, I will be there. Otherwise, I will see you guys Friday for both shows, actually. So good night, everybody, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Impact Wrestling.